Hi everyone. So a brief introduction on how to meditate. For the meditation challenge, you can find whatever position is comfortable for you. Some presenters may recommend certain positions. In general, we recommend sitting in a chair. This is really helpful, especially if you're beginning to meditate, to help you keep posture with your spine straight. So you can sit at the edge of the chair so that your perineum is on the edge, as though there's a pole going up through the center of your body with a north pole at the top of your head, kind of pulling your head gently up, and a south pole going through your perineum into the chair or into the floor and anchoring you into the earth. If you're in a chair, you want to sit with your legs about shoulder width apart, your feet firmly planted on the floor, just feeling really stable and grounded. Your head will be gently lifted, your chin tucked slightly so that the back of your neck is open, your chest gently open, shoulders dropped, hands on your legs or held in your lap. It's nice to hold one hand in the other. Some people like to put their hands on their legs. Hands down can be more grounding. Hands up can be more inviting inspiration, uplifting. Your hips should be nice and square in your seat and just feeling solid and grounded, and same with your legs. Your eyes can be open or closed in meditation. If you have them open, you want to have them just resting gently with your vision on the floor a few feet in front of you. Not staring at anything particular, but just kind of letting visual stimuli in. And that can be helpful for staying alert and helpful for bringing mindfulness into the rest of your day, because we go about our days with our eyes open. You can also sit on the floor. If you sit on the floor, it's recommended to sit on a cushion or two. That will give you the same benefit of sitting in the chair, which is having your spine straight. And that helps you stay alert. We're working with the nervous system here, and that affects the brain and the spine. So that's pretty important. If you're sitting on the floor, you can sit with your legs crossed. You can sit with your feet under you and your knees bent straight out in front if that's more comfortable, and that can also help keep your spine straighter and keep you more alert. You can also lie down on the floor. Many people get more drowsy lying down, and that might be a reason to take a seated position instead. But if you're comfortable and it works for you, you can lie down. So the most basic meditation technique is to pay attention to your thoughts and feelings as they arise, and then let them go. It's a practice at seeing how our minds are conditioned, how so much of what goes on mentally, emotionally, maybe isn't our truest self or our truest reaction, but is actually conditioning that's been built up over years and years, decades, generations. So it's a practice of learning to become a little more observant of your own thoughts and feelings, watching the way they'll come, and if you don't get engaged with them, if you don't grab onto the story of them, they will also go. They might come back up, but if they do, they'll go again, much like waves in an ocean. And you can kind of use that metaphor or others that work for you as you're doing your meditation. This is just a wave. I might have anxiety coming up. I might have stress coming up or worry. That will also go if I don't get all wrapped up in the story. Now, because we're conditioned, we often do get wrapped up in the story of it, or our to-do list, or our worries or anxieties. That's okay. The big thing here is not to get hard on yourself, not to beat yourself up about it, but when you notice that you're wrapped up in some thinking or some emotion, take a breath, return to your breath, return to the sensation of being in your body, and let that go. And instead of getting down on yourself, acknowledge that that's a huge step. That's the first thing. That's the biggest thing, is just bringing that awareness. Everything else stems out of that, is bringing that awareness, noticing what's going on, acknowledging it, and pausing and breathing so that you can return to this moment. This is helpful for being present in meditation as well as throughout the rest of your day. And it doesn't matter how long you've been meditating. This continues to be the challenge. It's a journey in itself. So try to find some enjoyment in that as well, and just interest in oh, these thoughts came up, that it's interesting to watch that. It's very helpful to focus on your breath. You can count your breaths if you want. You can count an inhale as 1 and exhale as 2 and continue there. You can just focus on the feeling of them. You can also focus on your sensations if you like, what it actually feels like to be in your body. This is something we rarely think about. What does it feel like to be in your skin, to be here? Let yourself feel grounded. What does the air feel like against your skin? Is there a breeze blowing? Is it warm? Is it cool? Does your skin feel vibrant and alive? Does it feel quiet? What are the smells in the room like? What's the taste in your mouth like? If your eyes are open, and this can be a benefit to meditating in that way, let those colors come in. You don't have to be focusedly staring at anything, but let what is there come in. And the sounds, just paying attention, not getting fixed on a story about them, but just paying attention, being alert, and being present. It takes practice to shift years and years of conditioning. So don't worry that things are not changing in a heartbeat. Don't be surprised if it feels hard or uncomfortable when you start meditating. It can be tough to sit with the workings of our minds. They're not often pretty. Again, that's okay. Acknowledge that you're taking this step. Acknowledge that you're sitting here and learning what that conditioning looks like so you can better determine what is the conditioning and what's a really legitimate response or feeling I'm having in this moment. What path do I want to follow? Give it some time. It does take practice, but hopefully after more and more time getting comfortable and observing, you can feel more comfortable within yourself. You can feel more relaxed in meditation and create more moments of mindfulness for yourself throughout the day, taking moments as often as you can to pause, to breathe, and just to be present in that. And hopefully that can become a respite in itself to help heal wounds, to help calm your nervous system, and to just help you be more present. I think that's all I have for today. Feel free to write, or if you have questions. I hope you enjoy the meditation challenge, and thank you so much for being here with us.